Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to make this slide in and slide out text reveal like you see on the screen right now. We'll go ahead and start out on the edit page. Go to media pool, right click, new fusion comp. You can name it if you'd like, but you don't have to, and leave it on 5 seconds. Put it on your timeline and go to fusion. For those of you that don't know me, I have to use this on-screen keyboard because I'm paralyzed. I can't use my hands and arms. I just put it out here every time now. For the ones that don't, they'll sometimes question why I have it up there in the way. And rightfully so. Click away right about here. Shift space and S rectangle. Shift space again and S render. Pipe it into the media out. Select the rectangle. Take the width and the height all the way up to 1. While it's selected, shift space and S boolean. Click away right about here. Shift space and S text. Pipe it into the boolean and put the text you're liking in. We will be making a macro at the end, so you have all these controls and you'll be able to use it on an edit page. I suggest using a bold font. I'm going to use null shot. Like the boolean. Go to operation, change it from intersection to subtract. We're going to have that option in the macro. Now this will be our color. Go ahead and pick a default color. Select the rectangle. Take the X offset all the way to minus 1.0. Put the playhead at frame 0. Set a keyframe. I'm on a 30 FPS. You may have to adjust accordingly. I'm going to advance 40 frames. And set it back to 0. I'm going to advance 10 frames. We're going to put a keyframe stretcher in, and we're going to stretch it between 40 and 50, frame 40 and 50 on a timeline. You'll be able to make it as long as you want. Set another keyframe, and we'll advance 40 more frames. And then rotate it to the right to 1.0. I'll give it a play. Okay. I want to go back to the text and add something in so we can make that text even thicker. Let's go to shading. Select number 2, enable. And we can use this to make it a little bit thicker. All right, select the render. Actually, before we do that, let's go back to the rectangle, over your spline, and zoom to fit. Select all. Hit F on the keyboard. Okay, now go back to the render. Shift space and keyframe stretcher. Now remember, our gap between our frames were between 40 and 50. So with the keyframe stretcher selected, the stretch start, put 40, and stretch end 50, or whatever you had to adjust to. Now you want to run the playhead toward the end, and then grab the source end dial, and we'll rotate it to the left. You may have to do this several times. Right now it'd be leaving the screen too early. And you want to leave with about 10 frames. Let's see how it looks, and then we'll make the macro. Okay, select these in the order that I do. Hold the control button down. Right click on any of them. Make sure you do not select the media out. Go to macro. Create macro. Normally I would give it a name. I'm just going to override one that I already made. We don't need to select the color for the text, even though it has an invert. The color comes from the Boolean. X and Y, so you can stretch the text vertical or horizontal, make it larger. And if you don't know what to select in the macro, just select whatever node you're working on at the moment. And look in the inspector, and you'll see everything's there. Here's where you're going to be able to invert it. That'll be in the inspector, obviously. And we get the color from here. Go to File, Save as Group. It takes you to Macros. We'll go to Fusion instead. Templates. Edit. Titles. Here's where you can make your folder. I recommend don't name your folder the same as your preset because Resolve won't recognize it. Make it a little bit different. Now I'll come up here to the edit page, see if we can find it. You may have to restart Resolve if you can't find it. And if you select it, you have everything over here in the inspector. You want to make your text a little more bold. Mine's already bold. You want to make it taller. And you can stretch it. It'll come in, hold, and go out at the end. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.